Okay, so I was introducing our guest, Honorable Ms. Vasundhara Malhotra ma'am. As I said, Ms. Vasundhara Malhotra ma'am is head of Training and Placement Department of GD College of Engineering, which is affiliated to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technical University. She holds a bachelor's and master's degree both in electronics engineering in first division from Rashtrasanta Tukadoji Maharaj Nagpur University. She is currently engaged in research for PhD. Vasundhara Malhotra ma'am has previously worked with renowned MNCs like HCL Technologies as a technical trainer and assistant manager for recruitments. She has over 9 years of experience in imparting technical trainings and recruitment trainings in MNCs. She is very proficient at managing and leading teams for running successful process operations. She is also a Microsoft certified systems administrator. Her thorough professional attitude, coupled with a proactive approach and out of the box thinking, has literally changed the graph of placements in her college. Right from bringing in the best companies for campus interviews to ensuring best placements for the students in companies like TCS, Wipro, Global Logic, Persistence, Mahindra and Mahindra, Adani Group, etc. She has proved her potential by bringing into reality what was once thought impossible. So Vasundhara ma'am, we are glad that you accepted our invitation to be a resource person for this faculty development program. And may I request you to please start the session?
Well, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for this lovely introduction. Good evening to one and all present here for the FTP program. Firstly, I would like to thank the management, the College of Ballarpur Institute of Technology for inviting me, and to Mr. Abhijit sir for giving me this opportunity to interact on this platform of faculty development program. So this is a platform wherein we can, discuss the things, discuss the scenario, discuss or interact with the people of the same like-minded faculty members and the researchers. What is the current scenario? What are the changing trends in overall society? And I hope everybody is now started living with this new normal. So moving ahead with it. So I'll just take a moment to present my screen. So the topic which I'm going to discuss today in the FTP is a little bit different topic, which is generally seen in the FTPs. This topic is on the changing scenario trends into recruitment industry or into the placements with respect to the impact of Industry 4.0. So I just wanted to know whether everybody is able to see my screen.
Right now, we are not able to see the screen. If anybody else will please confirm. If others will please confirm whether the screen is visible in the chat box.
Yeah, Abhijit sir, the screen is visible.
Okay. Okay, I think it is not visible only to me then.
Okay, is it visible to everyone?
Okay. Yeah, yes, ma'am. It is visible.
Okay. So then let's chop with the presentation. So I think everybody is missing now the blackboard. So the presentation and the template which I've used is of the blackboard, which I think all the faculty members are missing now, mostly, and everything is now online. So let's move ahead with our presentation, Impact of Industry 4.0 and Changing Trends in Hiring. So I just wanted to first quickly know the changing trends. Earlier, see, these are my contents, impact of the scenario now and then, what does the industry earlier expect from the colleges, from the students, and what is now the scenario. Second, the sneak peek to learning and development trends 2020. Next is an impact of Industry 4.0 and overview with the emerging technologies. Then 6 key trends. What are the 6 key trends where the students needs to engage with respect to the college, with respect to the college, with respect to the students, with respect to the companies or to the industry. The triangle complete with all these 3 aspects towards the 6 trends. Then next is student success engagement. Socioeconomic factors, what generally students are facing nowadays, the colleges, what they are going through, and the industry, the recruitment industry, what are they going through it. Then next is the impact of COVID-19. What are the situation pre-COVID and the post-COVID and the going on process of the industry wherein the students, the colleges are facing this issue, the impact of this pandemic. Next, challenges and opportunities for academia. What universities and students needs to do to gear up for the future environment. Last is the global reports. The global reports wherein what is an India skill report saying, what is EY report is saying, what is Coursera report is saying about the employability factors, right? So this is my introduction. Sir has already given my introduction. So let's move ahead. Yeah, the art of teaching is an art of assisting discovery. I mean, teachers have three loves. First, love for the learning, love for the learners, and love for bringing the first two loves together. Is it true? Teachers, what is the task of the teacher? To love to their students, to love for their job, to develop the skills, to enhance the skills among the students towards their institution and towards themselves. How they can implement these things, what are the tools the faculties can have, or what are the techniques they can build in themselves to face the cope up with the current scenario, the current competition with the colleges, with the students and with the faculty members, what they are facing now. So we have to discuss that, and we have to love our job, and we have to love our students also. Whatever is a student scenario, we have to go through it. This is the only expectation of everybody now. So firstly, we'll go for an industry scenario now and then. I hope my voice is audible to everyone and screen is visible. Hello.
It's clear, ma'am.
Okay. Next, the now and then. So the traditional approach of the bench culture, train after hire, will be replaced with an industry-ready manpower, ready to deploy the project from day one. Initially, what was the factor? Initially, what is the factor in industry for the recruitment process is that the colleges had this thing that students can train, and later on, once they graduated from their colleges, they have to go outside and they have to work in the industry. Everything depends upon whatever they have learned during their 4 years of engineering or probably into their higher education, and then laterly after passing out of their engineering. I am just talking about few years back, wherein that is a simple process. There is no obligation of any colleges to give the placements to the students. But now the trending situation is that now every colleges has this thing that the obligation of the colleges to train the students and to give them extra additional facilities to enhance their skills, and laterly they have to place the students into their final years or maybe into their third year or into the higher education like MBA, MTech. They need to place the students. Now, so this is the current scenario which is going into the industry, that is from top to bottom. First one is an institute, first one is a company, second one is an institute, and third is the students. Firstly, the process is like the colleges used to invite the companies, they have to sign the MOUs, they have to talk to or to meet to the industry, the corporate, and to take their requirements and accordingly train the students into that factors. And then colleges used to organize campus drives, and laterally the colleges come for the campus drives. The companies used to come down for the campus drives, and then laterly students will get an offer letter, and then they probably go for the working in an industry. But now the scenario has changed due to this pandemic situation, and later also after post-COVID situation would be the same. Now the industry wants that students should be trained from day one. They are not investing into the students. That once they hire the students and 6 to 7 months they are going to train their freshers into particular modules, and laterally they see the performance. Now the things have changed. The expectation of industry is changed from the colleges as well as with the students which are studying into the college. अभी सिनेरियो ऐसा हो गया. Now the scenario is like that. Industry want people, the student should be trained during their 4 years of engineering, not only on the technical aspects but more onto their soft skills, towards their personality, life skills, and the soft skill. These are the two impact, or these are the two important aspects of a hiring, wherein colleges has to, and the students or the faculty has to look into this. Now the people, the industry wants the people or the freshers, like they should be trained into these 4 years. They'll just post the details. The students have to apply online. And then once the students apply online, there are different portals where the student can go for. I'm talking about just an example of IT. They post few of the portals, like if you're aware, HackerRank or CodeChef, wherein students have to code, they have to upload their code. And once the code is selected, then companies will coordinate with the colleges, with the placement officers, and lastly, they'll generate an offer letter and students have to work from their home or join to the organization. So now the situation is from bottom to top rather than top to bottom. Earlier, what was the situation? पहले companies जो हैं उनसे हम मिलने जाते थे colleges, and then placement officers and the colleges used to organize the drives. सारा process college में होने के बाद, then the students will get the recruitment. Now the companies want different things. Everything should be through college. उनका training college में हो जाना चाहिए. They should get their hands-on their aptitude, their hands-on on the technical skills, soft skills, personality development. Everything should be through college. So these are the analysis of the campus placement. It's a general scenario. What is the expectation of industry earlier and now from the colleges? ABCD analysis, the name is given here. First is the advantage. अच्छा ये करने पे क्या मिलेगा? What are the advantages for these three triangles, to complete this triangle of institute, colleges and students? क्या advantage रहेगा? What would be the advantage? First, companies don't have to go to the colleges. सब colleges में ना जाते हुए they can schedule an online process. सारा का सारा India, every, like example है हमारे पास TCS. Since last 3 years, TCS, what TCS is doing? They are giving chance to each and every colleges, with respect, irrespective of which college the student belongs to, whether they are from autonomy colleges or they are from any of the colleges, XYZ colleges. They don't bother about it. Just they go for an open drive. Now they recruit the student, they shortlist the students. Every process is online. Advantage is that every student got this opportunity to give their best. Second advantage, that is for the students. Students will get an opportunity to introduce their skills or to showcase their skills into the company. Second, recruiters, what they got an n number of database wherein they can hire the best candidate from among lakhs, 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs of the students. This year 6 to 7 lakh students have appeared for the TCS recruitment drive this year in 2021 batch. Now the third, what institute received after it? Institute can brand their name. Company also brand their name. Once the student is recruited in that company, when he writes in a CV, his or her CV, that he is recruited in XYZ company, company branding is there. College branding is there. They can promote the name of the colleges. The students are recruited in XYZ company. So the brand purpose is there. The reach would be more. The alumni association or the alumni of the colleges would be strengthened. उनके alumni, उनके जो seniors हैं उस college के pass out students would be working into that XYZ organization. That would be helpful to their juniors. They can guide the juniors. They can strengthen the college scenario. They can strengthen the base of the students. They can strengthen the skills of the students. So this is the cycle. This is an advantage of this analysis. Benefits is the same thing. What are the benefits? The branding, the promotion, everything comes under constraint. Constraint is that the time is which is investing, the organization is investing, the college is investing on the students. So this is a responsibility recruitment or the organization, the companies, the corporates expect that college should or the institute should look after it, that the time which they are investing on this campus recruitment or to the training of their students should be get benefited. Matlab, after the recruitment process, after the selection of the students, students should join the organization. Otherwise, this is the first constraint with the organization and industry face after the recruitment process or while going through the complete process. These are the constraints and disadvantages are also there to this. So we are moving towards our next slide. So see, these are how was employability changed over the years. कैसे changes are. These are the reports of India Skill 2020, wherein they have mentioned कि किस तरीके से जो employability है, जो expectation है industry का towards institutions and towards colleges has changed drastically. In 2014, they have they have screened out only 33.95% employability is there. Then in 2015, it is 37.22%. See, the ratio of employability has been changed. The skills, the tools which require for the employability has been changed drastically during this 3-4 years. Now the people, now the organizations, now the corporates looks after more into skill, which is into life skills and into soft skills. Even few of the reports, few of the MCAT reports, or you can probably go for a Mercer report, they generally quote that 17% students are only employable. So this is the fact. We have to work very hard on the students as well as for the uplift of skilling of the students, as well as with respect to students, faculty has to upgrade themselves. That only doesn't, it doesn't fulfill the things the students are getting trained. How the students will get trained? The students will get trained once the faculty upgrade themselves, faculty will guide them, faculty will support them, and then accordingly, in hand, once the students has been trained, been observed by the students, observed by the faculties, then only the scenario will change, at a later point of time. See, in 2017, what is the employability percentage? In 2018, likewise in 2020, this report has predicted that 46.21% is an employability enhancement is there. Now, how can students get the educational experience? They need to be successful with the today's realities. What can the tools, how the students can bridge this gap? Everybody used to say there is a gap between industry and academia. Students have to do this, faculty have to upgrade themselves, like we are doing now FDP program, faculty development program. So how this bridge can be filled? क्या एक्सपेक्ट हो सकते हैं, किस तरीके से, what are the tools, what are the expectation of the students, what are the expectation of faculties, what are the expectation of all the stakeholders, when will get this improvised state of the students. See, this is a sector-wise record which I just got from the Index India Skill Report. In 2014, majorly it is into PPCL, pharma, healthcare, and telecom. 2015, the major hiring sectors were hospitality, conclusion, aviation, tour travels, BFSI, core sectors, oil, gas, and steel. In 2016, it is retail, e-commerce, transport, pharma, healthcare. Means these are the sectors wherein the number of hiring, not only for engineering, but overall hiring of the employees are more. In 2017, it is again a core sector, software, hardware, and then BFSI, and again retail. 2018, 2019, yes. From 2018 onwards, actually, IT and software industries are on the boom. Hardware manufacturing industry, software industry, ITES industry, and logistic industries are moving in from 2018 onwards. And in 2020, yes, the e-commerce sectors, BPOs, KPOs, ITES, internet business, finance, insurance, banking. These are the sectors which have taken front foot rather than the core construction. Yeah, these few of the sectors now facing the big problem. And same, we are also facing the same problem for the recruitment of the students. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. I have a question. May I ask?
Yeah, yes, you can, you can.
Actually, ma'am, while predicting in the earlier slide, the prediction has been made till 2020. We would also like to understand from you what is it that we may expect after this COVID-19 situation post 2020.
Pardon? I missed your question. In 2020?
The prediction has been made until 2020. The hiring prediction has been made until 2020, sector-wise,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
we would now want to understand as to what can be predicted after 2020, post this corona situation. What can we
Yeah,
expect after
that
2020?
yes, that would be a critical market. The market would be, it would take time to again boom because it is, they are showing it as 47. In earlier, if you can see in 2019, it has been increased into 47.38. So market has been down due to this, pandemic situation, and it would be continue, till this 2, 3, 4, 5 months. And again, it will be slowly moving towards the, the IT sector would be coming up. Like during this pandemic situation, also logistic have come into, into the picture. The hiring into the logistic management or logistic department, even into finance, even into e-commerce. Domestic e-commerce has been increased. The employability into e-commerce has been extreme. People have to, people are not traveling outside, so they want somebody, uh, who can transfer their things, who can, the traveling and everything, the logistic has to be transported from one place to another. So rather than going for international or for, like the brands of Amazon or Flipkart, now the domestic e-commerce has been come into existence. Local e-commerce organizations are coming to existence. Even the logistic part is going on into the higher side. And yes, IT would be definitely again booming the sector once again after post this thing post pandemic. The situation will take time, but it will definitely being passed, and the percentage of employability or the hiring would be increased into these 3, 4 sectors. Yeah, but few of the factors will definitely set back due to the situation of pandemic, like traveling, tourism. The sector would that has been affected drastically during this 2020 until post 2020 also.
Okay, that answers the query. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Hope I've cleared your question.
Yes, ma'am, that answered the query. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Industry 4.0, the definition, impact, and emerging technologies. Yes, this is a very interesting part. Everybody is saying about Industry 4.0. What is Industry 4.0? Its existence kaisa tha? And what is an impact of the emerging technologies? Now, AICT also says कि you have to work, or the colleges or the faculties have to upgrade, upskills themselves into these emerging areas. There are 9 emerging areas which AICT is also given into their curriculum. You should include, the colleges who are into autonomous or being into, coming in few years they are, or they can give this training or this content or this area into somewhere into their trainings, or into their syllabi also. The emerging technologies, there are few 9 emerging technologies which AICT has referred the colleges should implement into their curriculum, or in any which way they should enhance the skills of the student into these particular areas. Now this is into industry impact 4.0. The definition of Industry 4.0: the new digital industrial technology confluence of trends and technologies promises to reshape the way things are made. Next phase in the digitization is of manufacturing sector. क्योंकि if I can just talk in few things in Hindi between this, कैसा हो रहा है, कुछ चीजें जो हैं जैसे इंडस्ट्री 4.0 है, उसके पहले कुछ IT मार्केट का इन्फ्लुएंस इट हैज बीन चेंज ड्रास्टिकली इनटू लास्ट 3-4 years. उसके पहले मार्केट था आपका मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का, उसके पहले द मार्केट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स वाज देयर. नाउ द ट्रेंड इज दैट थिंग इज दैट दे हैव टू रीशेप अगेन, and the next phase wherein the things would be digitized, जहाँ पे जरूरत है digitization की, that is into manufacturing sector, because manufacturing अभी भी there is the old sort of thing is going on again, मतलब वही सब चीजें चल रही हैं, उसमें कुछ changes, कुछ upgradation नहीं हुआ technology में on the larger extent as compared to IT sector or some other sectors if we can talk about. So now the thing is that industry after impact or after the existence of impact, industry 4.0, manufacturing sector जो है वो भी change होगा. Now it is also being digitized. So this is the history. If you can see the history, Industry 4.0, commonly known as the fourth industrial revolution. चौथी इंडस्ट्री रिवॉल्यूशन है, is a technology revolution that has made it possible to collect and analyze data across machines, thus enabling fast, flexible and efficient process to produce high quality goods at lower cost. Industry 1.0 में क्या changes थे? What are the changes in Industry 1.0 is mechanization, steam power, weaving loom पे था. Industry 2.0 is of mass production, assembly line and electrical energy. Industry 3.0 is on automation, computers and electronics, like we have explained to you in earlier slide कि 3.0 जो था it is onto an electronics and automation, उसके पहले mass production पे था, electrical पे था. And Industry 4.0, yes, it is on cyber physical system, IoT, networks and related technologies. See, these are the 4 functional pillars of the Industry 4.0. First one is big data. Second is in IoT, Internet of Things. Next one is Internet of Services. The last is an integrated industry. Integrated industry means what? Wherein we have to do for multidisciplinary work. मतलब अगर कहीं पे electronics, suppose an IT industry is there, वहाँ पे या automation industry की बात करें हम, वहाँ पे अगर electrical vehicle use हो रहा है तो electrical vehicle doesn't mean कि वहाँ पे कोई एक electrical engineer ही काम करेगा. Back end में it can be an IT engineer who can work on the software part, onto the coding part. Mechanical engineer is also there. So the industry is now converting, the corporates are converting, or they are reskilling, reshaping themselves into an integrated industry wherein not only one one technology works, they have several technologies which works hand in hand. And now the teachers, the faculties, the institution also have to tighten up themselves, and they have to face this thing, and they have to reskill, reshape, reinvent themselves, relearn the things again. Themselves they have to train themselves, and also to their students. जब तक ये नहीं करेंगे तब तक के group is not going to complete. Faculty has to upgrade themselves. Faculty has to go through. They have to implement the new tools wherein they can also survive. Now competition is everywhere. The students are facing their own competition in industry. Industry had their own things to cover. Same with the faculties. If they have to survive in this education sector, they have to upgrade themselves. They have to update themselves by time to time, because technology is changing. Like anything, they have to upgrade in their own genre. Like example, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया TCS का. TCS में कैसा हुआ? From last 3 years, TCS are into the recruitment. Online recruitments चल रहे हैं. National level पे hiring हो रही है. Not only for TCS, if you can talk about Wipro, Cognizant, IBM, Tech Mahindra, they are hiring in N numbers from all the colleges across India. So now, if the colleges, if the staff, if the faculty of that particular branch, because it is open to all the branches. Suppose if I take an example of Python, Python technology, it is feasible, it is applicable to all the branches. कोई भी branch का student हो, कोई भी branch का faculty, they can upgrade themselves on in this particular technology. So they can they can upgrade themselves on Python. They can train their students, because see, जैसे TCS का नाम चला, if you have observed in your own organization, तो आपको student आपके पास जो आपके students होंगे वो आते होंगे कि yes madam यहाँ पे, या sir यहाँ पे इतने सारे institute है जो ये XYZ training दे रहे हैं, ST training दे रहे हैं, वो training दे रहे हैं. Rather than going for n number of this kind of things, अगर faculty खुद upgrade हो गए, if the faculty upgrade themselves, खुद ही वो पर्टिकुलर टेक्नोलॉजी या क्या लगने वाली चीजें हैं वो TCS के लिए, वो खुद ट्रेन हो गया वहां पे, एंड ही कैन ट्रेन देयर स्टूडेंट्स, देन ही कैन बी he can be accessible to the student, the more number of students could be getting recruited, or wo jo faculty hai, and he can secure and he can he can have that thing in themselves. खुद का ट्रेनिंग होने से, खुद के पास वो एक टूल आने से क्या होगा कि he can be little more secure about his job also students का training होगा and institute is also getting benefit out of it, है ना. These three has to complete the triangle, the faculties, the students and the institute. इससे क्या होगा, वो फैकल्टी के पास एक टेक्नोलॉजी आ गया, हैंड्स ऑन हो गया कि यस, this is a staff member, this is a faculty who is particularly trained for these kind of MNCs hiring. So students would be going to them only, whether despite of any of the branch that student is there, faculty could train hoga, and then he can train few of more faculties from his college, and then accordingly it spread into the institute. More number of students would get recruited. कैसा होता है, students के पास उतना, they don't have that much tools, they don't have that much reach, they don't have that much if the students are from the rural or from the कुछ ऐसे background से हैं जहाँ they cannot invest onto their training, so they can learn in colleges as well. तो ये जो problem है upskilling का, ये जो gap है, faculty upgrade हो, once faculty got upgraded, then they can be inculcate this thing or train their staff and train the students, and everybody would be benefited out of it, whether it is institute, whether it is faculty, their own upgradation. Faculties का हमेशा यही होता है question, हम कब upgrade होंगे, because we are into so many things, when we'll get to upgrade them ourselves. So we have to take this challenge, because this is the expectation of every industry. You have to train yourself, whatever the work you are going on, what are the profile which you are working, वो तो रहेगा ही, साथ में what we are doing for ourselves, खुद को कैसे upgrade करें. Challenges are there, everywhere challenges are there. We all are facing challenges day by day, लेकिन challenges के साथ खुद को भी prove करना है, खुद को भी improvise करना है, खुद को भी we have to go hand in hand with today's scenario. Otherwise we would be at the back end, or we can be at the we have to, हमसे आगे बहुत लोग चले जाएंगे, तो we have to match up the race. Or the students are also very sharp nowadays, whether they understood the thing or not, but they can analyze the things, that what the teachers are teaching, what is there available already on the Google, everything is available. So now the role of the teachers are also changed. They should be more onto they are more into स्टूडेंट फ्रेंडली, उनको सिर्फ एक गाइड के जैसा आपको ट्रीट करना है, ना कि एज अ रेगुलर टीचर कि हाँ आप क्लास गए पढ़ा लिया. नो, यू हैव टू गिव समथिंग एल्स टू द स्टूडेंट्स, otherwise they're not going to listen. Now the scenario, this alpha generation is very sharp, whether they know the things or not, but they are aware, they analyze the teacher with what the teacher is teaching. This is already available in the Google, he lost his interest. Now everything is online, तो आप क्लास में क्या पढ़ा रहे हैं उससे ज्यादा, if they got the material on Google or something like that, they'll not seriously attend your class just for the sake of attendance and all. They'll attend the class. You have to give them something different, something realistic, something practically which is acceptable everywhere. See, so it's the same thing, it is defined. These are the converge area: big data, IoT, iOS, integrated circuits, technology, collaboration, and the process. So we'll move towards the next slide. Yeah, this is Industry 4.4 and the 9.
I'm sorry to interrupt. There is a request from Rose Jose ma'am. This is, if it is easily possible, could you please make the presentation to full view, is what she is asking. This is just a request, but if easily possible, if it is okay for you, only that. Otherwise, yes, it is on full view now.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So where were we? Yeah, for the functional pillars of these emerging 4.0. Yeah, this is 4.0 industry emerging technologies, which we were discussing earlier. So these are the 9 areas what AICTE and NEP, National Education Policy, have prescribed that institutions should include this kind of courses into their curriculum, or if they cannot include into the curriculum, at least they could train the students into these particular areas. First one, like according to the survey of 2000 companies by PwC. PwC is an organization wherein every year they just assess with students and the faculties and administrators upon what are the employability area, what are the sectors which can be improved, wherein students can work, and also onto the cognitive skills also. So this is a survey from them, from PwC, wherein they have mentioned 33% of the company says that they have achieved advanced level of digitization, and 72% expect to achieve advanced level of digitization by 2020, because this is a demand nowadays. Everything is online. Har cheez, everything is onto the click of the button. Technologies are changing. Human beings are everything into an artificial intelligence. To the robotics, to the data science, to the virtual reality. Like recently, IIT Madras had their convocation ceremony, wherein somebody, some student appear immediately once their VC was giving his deliberation. तो वहाँ पे वो एकदम स्टूडेंट सामने आ गया. That is nothing but a virtual reality, VR. Through VR आप कहीं पे भी, मतलब कुछ सालों बाद अगर आपको माउंटेन ट्रैकिंग भी करनी हो, तो थ्रू वर्चुअल रियलिटी यू कैन, आप सब कुछ घूम के आ सकते हो. That is the power of virtual reality. So these are the 9 areas. First is in artificial intelligence. Second is in IoT, blockchain, robotics. Yes, data science. Yes, it is data science is booming everywhere. आप लोगों ने भी बहुत सुना होगा. There is a requirement. There is a hiring. Everybody is hiring for data science. Everybody is hiring for cyber security. Industry don't have people to work on this technology क्योंकि technology इतने जल्दी change हुआ है. The aspect have been changed due to this pandemic situation. सब घर से काम कर रहे हैं. How to fasten up the things? कुछ इंडस्ट्रीज ने, जैसे यहाँ लिखा है, कुछ इंडस्ट्रीज ने ऑलरेडी डिजिटाइज्ड कर दिया है. Some are moving towards the digitization. तो डिमांड बहुत अलग तरीके की होने वाली है in future. Future क्या है, in this 2020 and 2021 also, if we can think about it, वहाँ पे भी चीजें बदलने वाली है, और आगे के कुछ सालों में भी everything would be changed. Everything you will see जो आज present है, 10 साल बाद वो जो टेक्नोलॉजी है वो एब्सोल्यूट हो जाएगी. तो कुछ अलग करना पड़ेगा सरवाइव करने के लिए. जैसे एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जांपल है, if you can see White Hat Junior, सुना होगा है ना. What he has done, he started coding from 6 साल के बच्चे से, 6 years old until 15 years of the student or the child can learn coding. NEP ने बताया, नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी ने, कि 6th स्टैंडर्ड से बच्चे को कोडिंग आना चाहिए. इट शुड बी इंक्लूडेड इनटू द सिलेबस. तो कोडिंग का डर उसने वहां ही छोटे बच्चों में से निकाल दिया. मतलब a child of 6 years old, 7 years old, उसको कोडिंग के कॉन्सेप्ट्स पता है, बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स भी पता होगा, एडवांस लेवल तो नहीं बट बेसिक्स तो पता होगा. तो जब वो इंजीनियरिंग करेगा या हायर एजुकेशन में जाएगा, उसको तो कोडिंग की कोई डर ही नहीं है. जो आज के करंट सिनेरियो में स्टूडेंट्स आर फेसिंग हेल लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम कि कैसे लॉजिक लगाना. लॉजिक बिल्डिंग इशू हैज कंप्लीटली वैनिश्ड. प्रोडक्ट की मोनोपोली हो गई. ऐसा कोई प्रोडक्ट नहीं था इससे पहले मार्केट में जो बच्चों को 6 साल के बच्चों से लेके 15 साल के बच्चों को कोडिंग सिखाए. सेम गोज विद अस, सेम गोज विद एन एजुकेशन फ्रेटर्निटी. कुछ ऐसा अलग करना पड़ेगा जहां पे वी हैव वी डोंट हैव दैट स्ट्रेस हाउ टू सर्वाइव इन दिस सेक्टर. एजुकेशन सेक्टर में हमको, या हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हम जहाँ काम कर रहे हैं, वहां पे हमारा खुद का स्टैंड, खुद का ग्रूमिंग, खुद का अपस्किलिंग कैसे करें should be different from the league, and this should be inculcated into our students, into our into our the new generation which is coming to the college, या हमारे खुद के आसपास में किस तरीके से we can motivate ourselves. काम तो सबको है, everybody has their work. कुछ NAC में लगे हैं, कुछ NBA में लगे हैं. Everything would be going hand in hand, but when when you think, when you decide that you need to upgrade yourselves, you have to upgrade yourself because this is the need of an hour. ये नहीं करेंगे तो पीछे रह जाएंगे. So these are the technologies which I'm saying about it. A sneak peek into learning and development trends. This is a necessity of technology. Yes, it's everywhere. It is inescapable. कहीं भी जाओ आपको टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज आने वाला है. गेटिंग टेक्नोलॉजी अडॉप्टेड. एवरीबडी इज नाउ स्लेव टू टेक्नोलॉजी. हर कुछ आपको अब तो कुछ टाइप करने की जरूरत नहीं. Alexa is there. You can talk to her. आपका हर काम हो जाएगा. You don't have to speak it all as well. The dynamic emerging tech landscape. See, this is another prediction by Eva Mellon, that is Ernst and Young prediction. So what he said, growth of AI is expected to create 133 million new roles, but cause 7 million jobs to be displaced by 2022. जो अर्लियर जॉब प्रोफाइल्स थे आज से पहले वो ऑब्सोल्यूट हो जाएंगे, उसकी जगह नए जॉब्स आ जाएंगे, नए तरीके के जॉब्स आ जाएंगे. नए जॉब्स एज इन उसको लेके नहीं, इट वुड बी समथिंग डिफरेंट व्हिच इज नॉट एग्जिस्टेंट व्हिच इज नॉट इनटू एग्जिस्टेंट अर्लियर. पहले नहीं थे वो सब जॉब्स, और उस वजह से क्या होगा, कुछ जो बेसिक जॉब थे, बेसिक माइनर जॉब्स थे, या तो कैसे बोलना चाहिए, मैनुअल वर्क जॉब्स थे, इट वुड बी रिप्लेस्ड बाय मशीनरी इन 2022. वो पूरा ऑटोमेटेड होने वाला है सिस्टम. तो जो चीजें जो है जो मैन्युअली चल रही थी, दे हैव टू चेंज देमसेल्व्स. The staff, the people who are working into manual style, they have to change themselves, they have to upgrade themselves, or then it would be a problem if they would not change. So this is the prediction. Around 46% of the workforce will be engaged in entirely new jobs that do not exist today. जो अभी है ही नहीं, वो सारी वर्कफोर्स, वो तरीके की जो न्यू जॉब्स है, it would be implemented very soon. AI स्किल पेनिट्रेशन बताया, यूएस में कितना है, चाइना में इट इज नंबर 2, इंडिया में नंबर 3 पे है रैंकिंग में एआई का स्किल पेनिट्रेशन. दैट इट इज ऑलरेडी बीन इंट्रोड्यूस और उसके ऊपर वर्किंग भी स्टार्ट हो गया. दिस इज अ सर्वे ऑफ Coursera also. If you can go through the slide, India has over 31.2 million people actively looking for jobs. Yes, everybody, those who are all working also, they are also into the search that they should get something good which they are not getting into their current profiles. Yes, India's unemployability rate rises to 27.11% amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. Over 20% of the candidates are rejected due to stability, flexibility and poor domain knowledge. Yes, poor domain knowledge जो मैंने आपसे ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर लिया ऑलरेडी पिछले स्लाइड्स में कि कहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स प्रॉब्लम फेस कर रहा है एंड वेयर वी हैव टू वर्क. 67% of the young Indian graduates only work for the 10,000 rupees. 10,000 रुपए में people of the people who are into the young generation, in the 20s, they are working into this. This is an average report of the Coursera. 10,000 rupees they hardly earn. 80% of the candidates are rejected due to poor communication. Yes, we generally face this problem every year. कैंडिडेट अच्छा था, टेक्निकल नॉलेज था, सब कुछ है, अटेंडेंस रेगुलर है, जेन्युइन स्टूडेंट है, बट ड्यू टू पुअर कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स ही जनरली यूज्ड टू face the failures. So we have to, being a college, being an institution, being a faculty, this is a responsibility to to train the student. Also we have to train ourselves to be a good orator. 92% of the talent professionals reported that soft skills are equally more important to hire than for a hard skill. Yes. What is hard skills? The technical skills which they learn, which the students learn into the 4 years of their engineering or into their higher education, into their professional education. उसके साथ soft skills आना जरूरी है, जिसमें आपका logical problem solving skills है, आपका attitude है, आपका communication skills है, आपका personality है, आपके etiquettes हैं. Everything comes under this soft skills and hard skill. Yes, if you had skills, if you had technical knowledge, you have to convey to the people or to the industry wherein you are representing yourself. 6 key trends, जैसे मैंने पहले ही बताया, स्टूडेंट सक्सेस एंड एंगेजमेंट. कौन से 6 ट्रेंड्स हैं जिसपे कॉलेजेस को, जिसपे फैकल्टीज हैव टू वर्क? करियर रेडीनेस फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी, Faculty student engagement is critical. Abhi everybody has been facing this problem due to this COVID situation. कि student respond नहीं कर रहे हैं because it is an online classes. वहाँ से नहीं आ रहा है कुछ feedback. Yeah, they are not listening to us properly. So how you have to bridge this gap? Democratization of education begins with equitable access. Institution needs to think beyond the lecture. Yes, lectures, physical lectures की जगह more onto an online learning needs to be intentionally designed. Yes, more onto than online education. नई generation को पसंद है कि everything should go, जिसमें time consumption ना हो ज़्यादा. Faculty can upgrade themselves through online modes. Students can learn through the online platforms. Socio-economic disparities and the differences हैं faculty, students में और institute में. How we can bridge this? Student success and engagement. Focus कहाँ रहता है student का training पे, उसका career preparation पे. Teachers का experience, yes, teachers and the experience they create matter. Keeping student engaged from a distance, it is now the pain with every colleges that how to engage the students from a distance because they are not coming to colleges. तो उसके लिए कैसे करें? These are the perspective and the consideration I've mentioned. I quickly wind it up because I think time is also moving ahead faster. The perspective where we continue to explore how technology can enhance individual students' experience and outcome. आप जो पढ़ा रहे हैं उसका outcome, how are you measuring their outcomes? कौन से tools faculties use कर रही हैं to check the outcomes of the students? Whether the feedbacks are onto every class or to the program which they have designed. Program में क्या problem है, or they are validating it from the industry or from somebody else. Third party evaluation is there onto their programs or to their syllabus or to their teaching or to their the delivery of the content or with the content किस तरीके के tools आप use कर रहे हैं. And the consideration, yes, enable more effective communication. Faculty और student के बीच में communication should be very good. Personalized learning should be there. जैसे मैंने last slide में बताया, I've just explained in the last slide. Online learning को preference ज़्यादा दें अब, और इसके बाद भी scenario ऐसे ही होगा. तो people are moving towards the online classes like MOOCs, massive open online courses जिसमें NPTEL आता है, Coursera is there, EDX there are n number of portals are there where the students can learn. कुछ जो established हो चुके हैं like Coursera is there, there are n number of courses are there, EDX है, NPTEL है जहाँ पे students and faculties can can enhance their skills, upgrade their skills. अब इसमें भी कुछ there are certain problem with the students which the students are facing like Coursera, EDX. अब इसमें कैसा होता है because these are the costlier module. Every student cannot afford to go for Coursera or EDX modules. Or the NPTEL is a module wherein the platform NPTEL Swayam, wherein student can learn, student can get the certificate in a very nominal cost also. फैकल्टी भी कर सकते हैं. अगर हम सोचते हैं 2 या 4 सब्जेक्ट्स पर 2000 courses are there in NPTEL. A faculty student can get hands on into that. Minimum costing होता है कुछ उसमें. आप कोई भी कोर्स कौन से भी टाइम पे कर सकते हैं जो भी आपको feasible लगता है. And then accordingly you get certificate also, and which is recognized because NPTEL is made by IITs and NITs. वहाँ से शुरू है तो उसको recognition भी है. And it is expected everywhere. It is accepted in all the regions, whether it is colleges, whether it is in industry. साथ में NPTEL में एक चीज और है, if the candidate, अगर आपने देखा होगा in NPTEL, there is also one mode wherein if the student or the faculty who is trained into particular technology, तो वहाँ पे option है student के लिए कि if we can show your resume or your certificate to the industry. They map your training, they map your trained courses, and they send the students database or they send the technical courses which the particular student or the particular faculty has done. And then accordingly you will get, or the student will get the calls from the the companies or the startup which is working with IITs and NITs, student might get that chance to face the interviews with those companies. So this is opportunities also in NPTEL. तो अगर उस कोर्सेज की बात करें, 1 महीने का कोर्स है, 2 महीने का कोर्स है, 3 मंथ्स का कोर्स है, 12 वीक्स का कोर्स है, तो उसमें बेनिफिट्स बहुत ज्यादा है इफ वी कैन गो फॉर एन एनपीटीएल कोर्स रादर देन कोर्सेरा एनी डेट्स. एक तो आईआईटीज एनआईटीज का रिकॉग्निशन है उसमें, एंड देन पीपल कैन गिव द एग्जामिनेशन. उसके बाद उनके जो सर्टिफिकेशंस हैं, जो कोर्सेज उन्होंने अपडेट किया है, अपग्रेड किया है, उसका कोर्स का स्कोर और जो ट्रेनिंग वो बच्चे ने लिया है और स्टाफ हैव गिवन दैट ट्रेनिंग, इट हैज बीन मैप्ड एंड इट हैज बीन सेंड टू द पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और इंडस्ट्री, दोज हु आर वर्किंग ऑन टू दैट पर्टिकुलर टेक्नोलॉजी. तो बेनिफिट्स बहुत ज्यादा है इफ वी कैन एनालाइज व्हाट पोर्टल. वैसे तो सभी अच्छे हैं, लेकिन दीज आर द बेसिक एडवांटेजेस बिकॉज दैट कम्स इनटू द पॉकेट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट आल्सो. Otherwise, everybody will face this excuses from the students कि कैसे करें, because इसमें cost involved ज़्यादा है, या इसमें ये चीज़ है, इसमें employability का कुछ नहीं है. तो NPTEL is there, we can which is covering all the aspects within industry which the industry requires. इसमें industry के contents भी है, industry driven courses भी हैं, so that would be beneficial for everybody, for the students and the staff also, and the faculties also if they upgrade. टॉप चैलेंजेस क्या है, पर्सपेक्टिव क्या है, ये दिया है. ज्यादा से ज्यादा आपको ऑनलाइन टीचिंग में, उसके बाद प्रोजेक्ट बेस्ड लर्निंग, ऑनलाइन प्रोजेक्ट बेस्ड लर्निंग आपने कराना चाहिए. यू आल्सो गेट हैंड्स ऑन योर ओन प्रोजेक्ट्स, और उसके ऊपर एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड कैसा होना चाहिए, क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग कैसे, मतलब इफ यू कैन गिव द प्रॉब्लम्स टू द स्टूडेंट्स तो उसका एनालिसिस कैसा हुआ. यू हैव टू गो टू द इंडस्ट्री to take the problems of the industry, and then you have to give it to the students, problem solving statements, and accordingly you can get the solution, how this can be worked, wherein student can get to involve into their critical thinking. उसको सोचना पड़ेगा project कैसे बनाना है, because this is a problem which is a real time problem, ना कि just एक project दे दिया या एक सिर्फ class में जाके teaching कर दी. We have to, this is the answer to the question which I've earlier asked कि ये gap कैसे solve करें faculties का और students का, and which would be fruitful to the industry wherein the students would be working later on. तो project based learning होना चाहिए, online teaching होना चाहिए ज़्यादा, application based learning होना चाहिए, and faculties also should upgrade themselves into the recent current technologies to get survive, to get enhanced with their skills, to upgrade their knowledge, and so that they could serve to the students what they have learned and what they have upgraded also. है ना, आपके पास खुद का एक कैसा बोलना चाहिए, खुद का एक बहुत अच्छा एस्पेक्ट जनरेट हो जाएगा, wherein these are the faculties who are trained into these particular things, and accordingly आप उसको एक लैब में बना सकते हैं. आपकी टीचिंग होने के बाद, आपका ट्रेनिंग होने के बाद, आपका सर्टिफिकेशन होने के बाद, you can develop your own lab into the colleges कि ये ट्रेनिंग हमने कर ली है, इसके बाद इसके आगे का जो काम है, you can get resources from your college also. You can take few students to work with you. You can start your own entrepreneurship still there also, with respect to the training, to the knowledge which you have earned with few of your students, with few of your staff. So you can have your own setup of that particular technology, and you can work onto the later part also. उसको आप आगे भी बढ़ा सकते हैं, just not to सिर्फ एक skill training ले ली and then it is you have just finished it up and you have just trained the students. उसका outcome भी देखना है. You have to see the outcome also, what you have trained to the students or what you have learned. तो outcome कैसे देखेंगे, उसको implement करने के बाद आपने जो सीखा है उसको implement कैसे करेंगे, आपका projects में, आपका learning में, आपका teaching में. It should be implemented somewhere and it should be evaluated. How it should be evaluated? After the feedback received from the students and from the industry also. तो कहाँ से होगा? Once you visit the industry, once you go to the industry, you take the problem statement, you analyze it, and accordingly you can work upon it. So these are the tools from which you can check, you can bridge the gaps also. Certifications मिलेंगे, online badging जैसे लिखा है उसमें, and the consideration also. जब एक बार आपने program बना लिया, उसको map किया, student should go for an internship program, student should go for some of the entry level programs, जो industry sponsored होते हैं. There are a lot many programs which industry runs, CSR activities होते हैं, wherein you can involve your students and you as well if you can also participate into that. ठीक है, उनकी कुछ competencies test ले सकते हैं, उनके assessment ले सकते हैं. These are there wherein you can bridge the gap between yourself and the student. Yes, teachers and their experience, they create matter. Teachers का जो experience है, teachers जो हैं, these are the first hand with the students. अगर वो trained होंगे, अगर वो updated होंगे, तो they can answer any of the queries of the student. So the challenges and opportunities for academia, what universities and students need to gear up for the future job. First one is changing campus placement trends, vanilla skills to more demonstrative capabilities. Vanilla skills मतलब जो 4 साल में उनके subjects है वो पढ़ लिए बच्चों ने, and the purpose of the teaching is done, and then students would get placed. वो बहुत पहले होता था. Now everybody have to demonstrate their capabilities. Faculties उतने upgrade होना चाहिए, बच्चों के पास उतने skills होना चाहिए. Then only you can cater to the industries, and it would increment or it would change the overall scenario, overall environment of the college, of the industry, as well as for the students. Accreditation. Explore through summer internships. Yes, on-job training programs are there. Summer internship के लिए भेजिए. तो AICT is also asked for the colleges to send the students for the internship 45 days. 45 days to 60 days, or probably if an autonomous college is there, if one semester is also there for an internship program wherein student can learn how to work in industry, वहाँ का culture, वहाँ का atmosphere, everybody they'll get to know, they will update on that. The last one is the current job environment is marked by VUCA syndrome. What is VUCA syndrome? If we can see, just a beautiful name it has been given. VUCA. I'll just show you. This is volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So ये 4 problem है, 4 syndrome, 4 the जो problems face कर रहे हैं industry, they have mentioned it as a VUCA syndrome. वहाँ volatility का problem है, uncertainty is there, complexity, बहुत सारे ऐसे problems हैं जो colleges, institute can help them, then only they can solve it. तो ये जब तक तीनों साथ में नहीं आएंगे, education industry और students, तब तक ये it would not solve this biggest problem of the industry. Perspective है, उसका consideration है. Keeping students engaged from a distance, yes. How do you leverage technology to demonstrate a skill and provide a hands-on learning curriculum within practical experience? कैसे करेंगे? किस तरीके से करेंगे? Anybody can have, if anybody can answer it, which is already I've written. Move beyond the one-way video lectures. सिर्फ video lectures ना देते हुए, we have to more. मैंने पहले भी I've just explained in my earlier slides what tools you can use, how you can manage, how you can measure the quality and the quantity of the students, how you can analyze what they have learned. What are the aspects which you have to monitor among the students, enhance among the students and to themselves and to yourselves also. Focus on communication and feedback loops with the student. Yes, जो पढ़ाया उसको समझने के लिए, उसके feedback के लिए tools आप क्या use करें. It is not generally just a form which you fill. Yes, ये form हो गया, इसमें 5 question हो गए. You analyze it. There are a lot of methods you can put and you can take the feedback of the students. In general feedbacks हो सकते हैं उनके performance में, उनके communication में, उनके you can say writing में, उनकी personality में, उनके etiquettes में. There are a lot of ways you can analyze the students and the feedback. You should crave for the feedback. You should be anxious for the feedback. What you have taught, what the students have understood, and what would you get after the feedback is the thing you have to analyze it. कि कौन सी चीज बच्चों को समझ में नहीं आई. Suppose आपने class week, suppose you have taken a class of power electronics. उसमें से 50 students were there, 50 students को you have taken the class and you have taken the feedback. तो उसमें से आपको पता चला कि कुछ 20 to 30 students were not able to solve that question. एक या दो क्वेश्चन उसमें से कोई भी बच्चा सॉल्व नहीं कर पाया. कुछ बच्चे जो है 20 to 30% students have solved that particular question. कुछ number of students have not attempted at all. तो समझ जाओ, you can take that thing into the note that this particular topic, the subtopic which you have explained is not at all understand, or that not at all the concept of that particular topic is not clear with the student. And then accordingly उसके ऊपर आप काम कर सकते हैं, मतलब how you can improvise on it, और वो doubt clears कैसे कर सकते हैं. This is one another tool for the feedback and to overcome that. If anything is lacking into your deliberations or into your teaching, these are the tools which you can work it out and you can resolve the problem among the student. Otherwise वो एक टॉपिक वो दूसरा टॉपिक ऐसे करते हुए देयर आर लॉट ऑफ टॉपिक्स व्हिच शुड बी देयर unsolved in the minds of the students, and it would definitely impact on your results. तो ये चीज आपको ध्यान में रखनी है. Immediately once you take the classes, once you deliver the subject, उसका immediate feedback किस तरीके से आप ले रहे हैं. You have to be prompt on this. Otherwise, it would be, n number of questions would be there into the mind of the students, and you would be very far away from your students. वो gap बढ़ता जाएगा if you not solve the problem of the student, not only for the technical concept, in general also. So you have to be very, very careful among these alpha generation nowadays. You have to be on your toes. Whatever the topic you deliver, whatever things you're discussing with the students, you should have to be very prompt on the feedback, very prompt onto the solution. वो कैसे होगा, उसके लिए आपके पास भी उतना नॉलेज होना चाहिए. वो नॉलेज कैसे होगा? By practicing, by enhancing your skills, by taking by learning, by listening to the things, to upgrade yourself to the challenging scenario. ये सारी चीजें आपको देखते हुए, ऑब्जर्व करते हुए खुद को चेंज करना पड़ेगा, खुद को अपग्रेड करना पड़ेगा. then only you can able to solve the problem of these kids. Otherwise it is very difficult to satisfy the needs of the students, the current students, to the parents, to the stakeholders. तीनों हमारे responsibility है. Stakeholders में आपके बच्चों के parents आ गए, students आ गए, alumni आ गए, and then corporates are there, institutions are there. Every aspect depends upon the faculty. So that is a huge responsibility on the shoulders of the faculties. What they had, what they are improving, what they are learning in every few months, every few years. What are the technologies they are gaining? What are the new trends which are going into the market? They should be well versed. Faculty should be well versed with it, and they should have also taken the responsibility to upgrade themselves, and then only they can train the students or survive in this industry. These are the MOOCs which I've already told you. What is MOOCs? It's a massive open line course. It's a web-based platform which provides unlimited number of students worldwide with a chance of distance education with the best institution in the world. UGC and HRD Ministry has launched this MOOC program in India for higher secondary bachelor's and master's degree. A portal for MOOC named Study Webs of Active Learning for Young Aspiring Minds, that is called as SWAYAM. जिसको आप NPTEL SWAYAM बोलते हैं, is set to present students with an opportunity to study anything from a list of 2,000 courses. This is among 2,000 courses are available on the portal. Students and as well as faculties, researchers can log in and then they can learn whatever the interest area they are pursuing. Socio-economic factors.
Ma'am, there is a query here. I'm sorry to interrupt. If that is okay for you.
Yeah.
There is a query. These certificates that our students take from MOOCs and other organizations, to what extent are they valued by the companies? If you will just explain us that once. And and in case if the faculty members are interested and if they get themselves certified, then are there any opportunities for the faculty members also?
Yeah, for faculties, I cannot say because faculties have to, if they really wanted to switch to industry or what, they can work as an, they can work into something other than, into their industry. They can serve with IITs and NITs, and they can have their incubation centers into their colleges. वो कर सकते हैं. And for students, yes, there is an option. मैंने अभी presentation, I've just explained into my presentation also कि the certification is validated by industry. अगर बच्चा certificate में लिखता है he has taken courses from NPTEL and percentage कुछ जो भी mention किए होंगे उसमें. NPTEL themselves, this file portal themselves also send this CVs or send this courses certification to the valid industry जो भी उनके साथ collaborated है, that these particular students have already done this particular course, तो वो बच्चों को उस पे calls भी आते हैं. Yes, this is there. They can also provide this also, and industry में भी उसका validation है. Industry also validate these courses. But student should be practically trained on it. अगर उसने वो course किया है तो he should know each and everything about that course, and even for the faculties.
Okay, that resolves the query for students. Now, by faculty, what I meant was, you also mentioned that the education ministry has made some changes in our course, and now coding has been introduced to be taught to the students who are in schools. So, are there any good opportunities for the faculty members there as well? Is what I meant.
Sorry, I didn't get the question. It is written kya over there? If I can read that question.
No, actually, ma'am, the question is, earlier you mentioned that the education ministry has, come up with a new module wherein the students will be taught coding in the schools itself.
Yeah.
So, is there any opportunity for the faculty members, because to teach coding, we will most definitely require engineers, right?
Yes, but it is not the basic prerequisite that the faculty should be, engineering should have from an engineering background. If somebody is into BCA and MCA and he has done certain courses into, C++, or to the basic concept of OOPS and all, that would be sufficient for, to start the classes for the 5 years old or 6 year old student. That can be done. It is not necessary that engineer should deliver this thing. If he is trained, he is certified into particular technology, then he can definitely take the classes. So it is not a mandate that B or MTech student can teach. BCA, MCA, MSc, BSc can also take that classes. So that is not a mandate from NEP or any of the HRD ministry. So this is not the case.
Okay. Thank you for that clarification.
Socioeconomic factor, which I have just explained. Access to technology, yes. A critical enabler. Students, अगर online पढ़ते हैं, online training लेते हैं, तो they are not focused what they are learning. There are a lot of disturbance. There are a lot of कैसे बोलना चाहिए, students should get into some another aspects of the usage of internet rather than generally learnings and all. तो उस पे ध्यान देना पड़ेगा what students are doing. That is the responsibility of the parents. But now parents expect कि teacher should know what the child is doing. We are there to give into an online education. So now every responsibility of an institution and organization to train their kid to enhance what are the skill set required, and he should be well versed so that when the companies come, the person or the student should get recruited. From start to end, every responsibility of the institution nowadays. That is the expectation of one of the stakeholders, that is parents nowadays. And same with the recruiters. They also think that the institution should take the lead, and they should give us the resources which should be well versed with everything. Whether it is a soft skills, whether it is into the technology term, whether into the attitude, whether it into the positivity and also the grasping power of the candidate. Everything should be there. So the stakeholders now, now keeping institute and the faculties onto their toes. तो हमको इसके लिए बहुत काम करना पड़ेगा. We have to be, have to be very focused, and we have to be very well versed with the recent trends and the technology, and to our own, अपने खुद के ऊपर भी we have to work a lot. So these are the impact which I've already explained. क्या है? More positive opinion towards online learning. Yes, online learning को ज़्यादा importance है rather than physical learning. But physical learning is also there. So there should be a blended kind of teaching should be there. That is the key point of this presentation. That there should always be a blended learning. Few of the things should be in online. Few of the things which are practical oriented should have feel of physical training, physical or practical aspects. What strategies and the best practices can institution leverage to continue to keep the student engaged and successful during online and remote instruction? क्या चीजें, क्या strategies colleges institution have to adopt? Considering and adopting an online every semester, जैसे मैंने बताया आपको blended learning करनी पड़ेगी. कुछ faculty members, those who are very well versed with the technical things, who are very well versed within communication skills, they are very good with the rapport among students. उन faculties को use करके we have to take the things out from the students. जो बहुत अच्छा कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं, नॉट इन द कम्युनिकेशन पार्ट ऑफ थिंग मैं बोल रही हूँ, बच्चों के साथ जो अच्छी तरीके से इंटरेक्शन है, या एवरी फैकल्टी, जैसे हमने हमारे कॉलेज व्हाट वी हैव इम्प्लीमेंटेड इन आवर कॉलेज, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अ टीजी, दैट इज टीचर गार्डियन स्कीम. दैट इज I'll let you know that this is we thought earlier that it will not work practically, क्योंकि एक फैकल्टी के पीछे if a single faculty is having 15 to 30 students, जिसका एजुकेशन, उसका इंजीनियरिंग फर्स्ट ईयर से लेके फाइनल ईयर तक, उसका फीस से लेके, उसका ट्रेनिंग से लेके, उसके बाकी के सारी चीजें जो हैं, व्हाट ही इज परफॉर्मिंग इन एवरी ईयर, एवरी मंथ, उसका परफॉर्मेंस क्या है, ये कैसे होगा, हाउ वी कैन कम्युनिकेट ईच एंड एवरीथिंग टू द पेरेंट्स. So earlier we thought it is not practically feasible and possible, but once we start this practice of TG, that is teacher guardian scheme, which I've mentioned here, if champion faculty should be there who should be collaborated and should be there with the students every time. So what we have implemented is in our college, we have practically implemented the TG scheme, teacher guardian scheme, wherein every faculty has 15 to 30 students, wherein the faculty is like the parent of that particular student. Suppose second year के बच्चे हैं, 5 students. Suppose if I'm taking a branch computer science, computer science science is having 15 to 12 to 15 faculties. Each faculty has, this 12 to 15 faculties have students from second year to final year, 5 to 6 students from second, from third, and from final. Total 15 to 30 students every faculty is having. They have to look after each and everything of that particular student. If the student is facing any problem for the administrative work or for the teaching purpose, or for whatever the problem is facing, is not coming to the college, or he is not performing, he is underperformer, or he was earlier performing very good, now is not performing good. तो ये सारी चीजें जो है, ये जो गैप था, whether the student should talk to their HOD only, वो नहीं. We have been break this thing. The student should directly talk to the HOD, या student बात ही नहीं करेगा किसी से. The TG is there, the guardian is there, the student has the right to talk to them, the TG has the right to talk to their parents and to the student himself. The counseling part is there, psychological part is there, which is taken care by the faculty, and I'm telling you, we are getting the results into very positive manner. Time लगता है, this is a time taking process, but yes, it works. If after this after this presentation, if you can also, if the college management is also there, if the faculties are also there, if they are listening, they can implement this TG scheme, practical TG scheme into their colleges also. They should take 15 to 30 students every faculty, and then they can work upon the students, and they can upgrade themselves. If suppose जैसे NPTEL की बात चली, NPTEL के लिए दे रहे हैं, there is a mentor tab is also there. आप mentor बनोगे 20-30 बच्चों के, and accordingly you train yourself, you train the students. आपके साथ साथ वो बच्चा भी upgrade हो जाएगा उस particular technology में. So you can mentor, you can guide the students. If the students are not responsible or not giving you that response, good response of the teaching, तो आप ये भी लेके result निकलवा सकते हैं. And he would be more attached to you, तो वो आपको सुनेगा भी, rather than talking to all the staff, all the teachers. उसको लगता है ये faculty अच्छा है and he can very well versed and gel up with that faculty, so you will get wonderful results out of it. So these are the best practices. मैंने आपको बताया कि क्या काम में आने वाला है ये सारी चीजें कॉलेजेस को. Universities and patents benefits each other. Last point रह गया था, एक तो था upgradation, skill, reskilling of the faculty, students. एक class point जो है online teaching, जैसे मैंने बताया NPTEL is there, MOOCs are there. वैसे ही एक third point is there, the patents, research papers, research publications. तो ये क्या काम में आते हैं? What are the, you can put it into the best practices also of the college, of the institute. आपने क्या क्या किया, पेटेंट होने से क्या फायदा होगा, आपका रिसर्च पब्लिकेशन से क्या फायदा होगा कॉलेजेस को, एंड इवन टू द फैकल्टीज एंड टू द स्टूडेंट्स. जैसे मैंने बताया कैंपस प्लेसमेंट्स है, ब्रांडिंग होगा, you get the branding of the college, you can the branding of the institution, branding of the companies, and also the development of the student. Second part is that online education is there. Online education के क्या, what are the benefits, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages of it, how you can bridge the gap between a faculty and the student, कौन से tools आपको use करना चाहिए, जैसे मैंने बताया project based learning होना चाहिए, OB through होना चाहिए learning, counseling through you can bridge the gap. What are the tools, मैंने feedback tools बताए. तो उसमें एक सबसे impactful और सबसे major जो work institutions और colleges जो expect करते हैं UGC and also few of the agencies like NRF ranking है, NBA है, NAC है, what they look regarding campus तो है ही, because see, if NBA is there, if NAC is there, if NRF is there, placement and the training of the students have a different aspect for it. They generally give ranking on that part also, how many number of students are placed, what is an average package the students have fetched, what is the overall percentage of placements. ये एक part हो गया NBA और NAC के लिए. This is one aspect. Second aspect, what are the learning methodologies you are using into the college, उसका आउटकम क्या है, जिसको हम बोलते हैं आप ये जो प्रोग्राम डिजाइन करते हो, प्रोग्राम आउटकम, उसका ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, एम ऑब्जेक्टिव, प्रोग्राम आउटकम, कोर्स आउटकम, उसका आउटकम, हाउ यू आर एक्सेसिंग, हाउ यू आर असेसिंग, थर्ड पार्टी वैल्यूएशन कैसे हुआ उस चीज का, आपके बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस क्या हैं. दिस इज अनदर एस्पेक्ट ऑफ एनबीए और नैक. लास्ट एंड द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज आपके कितने कॉलेजेस, हाउ मेनी नंबर ऑफ पेटेंट्स, how many number of research publications are also there. These are the major aspects जिसपे सबसे ज़्यादा points, सबसे ज़्यादा जो these government organizations would see is this, कि कितने research paper, कितने साल से वो कॉलेज है, उसमें कितने faculties है, how many faculties have done their research, have published their papers into the good index papers like SCI है, Scopus है, Springer है, कितने articles उसमें हैं. उसके बाद patents, how many patents the colleges have filed, उससे बहुत सारी चीजें जो हैं, it matters into the ranking, overall ranking of the colleges which I have mentioned here. आपका patent कैसा है. Now UGC also have said, the University Grant Commission has said that all universities in India has to set up intellectual property center, IP center, यहाँ पे आपको बनाना पड़ेगा आपके colleges में. Now कोई grants आपको लेनी है, the last sector तो मैंने बताया patent है, research work है, आपको कुछ ग्रांट्स लेनी है, तभी भी ये सारी चीजें काम में आएंगी कि आपके कितने पेटेंट्स है कॉलेज के, कितने रिसर्च पब्लिकेशन है, क्या आपका ओवरऑल कॉलेज के लिए बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस हैं, आपकी ट्रेनिंग को लेके वैल्यू एडिशन कोर्सेज हैं, आपका फैकल्टी ट्रेनिंग कैसा है, फैकल्टी अपग्रेडेशन में कितना whatever the work the college or the institution have invested, जैसे कि यहाँ एफडीपी प्रोग्राम है, तो वैसे कितने फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम्स हुए हैं, या ऐसे कितना फैकल्टीज को अपग्रेड होने के लिए चांस मिला है, how many faculties are doing the PhDs, a number of PhDs completed status kitne, how many faculties are going through PhD, how many best practices colleges is having, what are the number of students किस background से थे और उसका result क्या है, the teaching, the results which you are which the colleges are producing on paper is the results, that are the results, but they see the outcome of this thing. आपने जो पढ़ाया उसके बाद tools कौन से use किए, tools करने के बाद उसके ऊपर कैसे काम किया, कहीं पे कुछ बच्चों को what are their genuine feedbacks क्या मिले हैं, उसके बाद आपने उसको कैसे वेरीफाई किया और उसके ऊपर कैसे reworked on it, और वो प्रॉब्लम वो क्वेरी कैसे सॉल्व की है, दे लुक ईच एंड एवरीथिंग ऑन टू दैट एस्पेक्ट. ये बेसिक चीजें वो लोग देखते हैं whenever they come for NBA and NAC. एंड NRF रैंकिंग के लिए तो मैंने बताया कि ये 2-3 चीजें होना बहुत जरूरी है. आपका एक रिजल्ट, आपका कैंपस प्लेसमेंट कैसा है, आपके बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस क्या हैं कॉलेज के, what are the faculty upgradation programs colleges have run, faculties ने क्या क्या किया है, अगर some faculty is working since 5-6 years, what are the portfolios he is handling college level के, department level के, वो वहाँ पे check होता है. Because we being into NAC, we have faced autonomy. NAC के बाद आपको autonomy मिलने में भी अच्छा हो जाएगा if you had, if your college, if the faculties have done the patents or have written the research paper. तो ये 2-4 चीजें जो है it is generally is the first favorite choice of these organizations when they come to the colleges for the visits, कि ये 3-4 चीजें होनी चाहिए. And yes, you will get the grants also, DST grants है या ICT की grants है, funding है जिसको आपको कोई प्रोग्राम या कुछ आपको ऑर्गेनाइज करना है उसके लिए भी है. क्या क्या बेनिफिट्स है वो मैंने अभी आपको बताया. ग्लोबल मोबिलिटी है, बेटर रिकग्निशन फॉर इंस्टीट्यूट, टीचिंग लर्निंग मेथोडोलॉजी क्या यूज की है. अब बीटेक मिल सकता है, बीटेक ऑनर्स का डिग्री अगर आपका एमबीए होता है तो कैन गो फॉर मेजर एंड माइनर्स. इम्प्रूव स्टूडेंट परफॉर्मेंस, आउटकम बेस्ड एजुकेशन पे मैंने बात की अभी. स्टूडेंट्स इंडिया के बाहर भी जाके जॉब कर सकते हैं इसमें. if what are the accreditation के बेनिफिट क्या है वो मैं आपको जो बता रही थी. वो फंडिंग आपको मिलेगी if an MBA is done. DRDO से है, DST की फंडिंग है, that is called as Department of Science and Technology. टेपटेक का है, R&D के लिए आपको बहुत काम में आएगा. These are the basic benefits of an MBA, which will
Ma'am, there is one query from Prithvi Raju sir. So the query is how to create enthusiasm in students towards online courses.
See, first of all, you need to check कि students का अभी फिलहाल में condition, what are the condition of the student, how easy access they had for all these facilities. सबसे पहले ये आपको चेक करना पड़ेगा. The students are in what area they are right now, कितना facilities है उनके पास, internet access कितना है, how frequently and how friendly they are onto that portals. उसकी case studies आपको बताने पड़ेंगे कि these are, because see this new generation doesn't believe on a one-way communication. आप उनको बता रहे हो ये चीज करना चाहिए, ये बहुत अच्छा है. They have listened to n number of webinars nowadays into this pandemic situation. Practically कब समझ में आएगा उनको? पहले तो उसका access है, उसके पास internet access है, what are his likes पहले आपको समझना पड़ेगा. उसको इसका area of interest क्या है, what the candidate, what the student is having into his mind. पहले उसका mind clear करना पड़ेगा, because he is listening to n number of people nowadays कि ये कर लो, वो कर लो, ऐसा करना चाहिए, तो he is already into a confused state. तो आपको पहले उसको trust build करना पड़ेगा कि see these are these factors, these are these things. If you can work on these particular technologies or onto this particular area wherein improvement required from your end, he listen to you. कुछ case studies बताओ उस पे successful कि ये online courses करने पे if you can put it into your CV तो ये if you can show it to the market or to the industry which is working on to this profile या इस पे काम कर रहे हैं, तो yes definitely if somebody has been recruited in past from your organization, आपकी colleges में कई recruit हुए हैं, वो बच्चे ने किस तरीके से पढ़ाई किया था, कौन से ऑनलाइन पोर्टल यूज, बिकॉज सी अभी सब कुछ ऑटोमेटेड है, सब कुछ ऑनलाइन है, इवन द टेस्ट इफ द एग्जाम्स द कंपनी विच दे आर टेकिंग इज ऑनलाइन, कोडिंग हो गया है या ऑनलाइन टेस्ट हो गया एप्टीट्यूड के भी, या तो प्रोग्रामिंग टेस्ट हो गया, सब कुछ ऑनलाइन का था। हैकर जो होता है हैकाथॉन्स वो भी सब ऑनलाइन है, प्रोजेक्ट बेस्ड है, तो एवरीथिंग इज दैट। लाइक अभी इन्फोसिस का आया था इन्फिटीक्यू, नाउ स्पार्कल इज गोइंग अगेन, टीसीएस का इंफ्रामाइंड आ रहा है, तो these are the coding contest, these are the technology contest which every company runs in a year, in a month। ये तो मैं 2-4 नाम ही बताए, ऐसे बहुत सारे कंपनीज हैं जो ये ऑनलाइन एग्जाम्स, ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम्स रन करते हैं। इसमें इंटरेस्ट जगाओ, इसमें कुछ बच्चे अगर सेलेक्ट हुए हैं कहीं, तो ये कोर्स, ये केस हिस्ट्री दिखा उनको कि ये बच्चों ने ये प्रोग्राम सीखा था, ये कोर्सेस ऑनलाइन स्टडी किए थे, एंड देन रिजल्ट ऑफ इट दे आर वर्किंग इनटू दिस पर्टिकुलर XYZ कंपनी सिंस लॉन्ग। And then you can maybe, if the student is from your college, you just talk with that alumni and you can have few of the session with that student, and yes, if they can listen to their seniors those who are working already, तो वो impact के अलग पड़ता है। Okay. But for that you need to work on that, otherwise student don't believe on it। आप सिर्फ बोलते जाओगे तो he'll not, वो पहले ही गूगल कर लेगा इसमें कितने फायदे हैं या कितना इंपॉर्टेंस है, ये चीज है कि नहीं है, एवरीथिंग इज, अब तो उसको टाइप भी नहीं करना है, वो फोन पे बोल देगा कि ये बताओ कौन कौन से कोर्सेज से कहाँ से होगा, आप उसको एक साइट बताओगे वो 10 साइट आपको बता देगा कि यहाँ से ये है और इसमें ग्लास डोर पे इस पे ये एरर बता रहा, ये कंपनी भी अच्छी नहीं है, तो वो वहां तक के पहुंच जाएगा। तो वो वहां तक पहुंचने के लिए हमको पहले उससे +1 पढ़ करके रखना है तैयारी। So this is the thing.
Ma'am, there is one more question. That is actually there is a common notion, not just a notion, but we would also take it as a matter of fact that we are all aware that when the students, they used to come and attend the college, at that time there used to be this factor of deterrence, wherein the teachers, they used to create that deterrence so as to ensure that the students are sitting right in front of us, they are listening to us properly, and they are grasping whatever we are saying. But that goes missing in online teaching, right? And yeah, that goes missing in online teaching. On top of that, we are not very sure also as to whether the student is able to grasp, is not able to grasp. And even in offline teaching, we have seen that by the time the syllabus comes to an end, there is there is a mountain of a mountain has already piled up, which the student has to climb at the end, right? So don't you think that it will be even more challenging for the students when things will go online?
Yes,
and how to face it?
Yeah, that's what I've explained in my earlier slide. Whether than going for complete online process, it should be a blended learning, wherein few of the topics, few of the things should go through online, and few of the things wherein the content, wherein the syllabus, wherein the requirement of that particular course, that it should be hands-on, it should be a practical oriented only, whether it is from the college faculties or it can be done from an industry person. कुछ होते हैं ना, हर सब्जेक्ट में कुछ ना कुछ कोर्स we have to map, which should be an online, कि ऑनलाइन पढ़ लेंगे खुद से self study, तो that will also serve the purpose. But this percentage of content should be delivered through practical aspects only. So it should always be a blended learning rather than completely online. But now the scenario is that the things are online itself. तो यहाँ पे we have to go for trial and error only, कि आप उनको कैसे engage रख सकते हैं. You have to engage with some of the storytelling, some of the interesting facts related to the topic which you are delivering. You have to be पहले उनके साथ आपको बहुत अच्छा dialogue बनाना पड़ेगा. You have to connect yourself. वो कैसा होगा, यू हैव टू, जो भी आप टॉपिक पढ़ा रहे हैं उसके लिए आपको प्रिपरेशन अलग, रेगुलर प्रैक्टिस नहीं कि आप क्लास में गए एंड यू हैव जस्ट स्टार्टेड डिलीवरिंग द लेक्चर, क्योंकि 1 घंटा है उसमें हमको ये आज का टॉपिक कंप्लीट करना है. टेक 2 लेक्चर्स फॉर इट, बट यू जस्ट सी कि आप उनके साथ कनेक्ट बना पा रहे हैं कि नहीं. फर्स्ट डे 20 स्टूडेंट्स वुड बी देयर, नेक्स्ट डे 40 स्टूडेंट्स वुड बी देयर। वो डिपेंड कर रहा है कि आप उनको कितना एंगेज रख पा रहे हैं, द कंटेंट विच यू आर डिलीवरिंग वो किस तरीके का है, राइट उनको क्या मिल, क्योंकि मैंने जैसे पहले ही बताया कि सब कुछ गूगल पे मिल जा रहा है उनको, तो ऐसा क्या चीज आप उनको डिलीवर करने वाले हो, व्हाट आर द एस्पेक्ट्स, व्हाट आर द कंटेंट यू आर गिविंग टू देम, और व्हाट आर द प्रैक्टिकलिटीज, व्हाट आर द सिनेरियो यू आर गिविंग टू देम, व्हाट आर द केस स्टडीज यू आर गिविंग टू देम, प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट आप उनको क्या दे रहे हो टू कीप देम एंगेज्ड। सिर्फ पढ़ा के, सिर्फ पीपीटी दिखा के या तो क्लास में पढ़ाने से पर्पस सॉल्व नहीं होगा। यू हैव टू कीप फ्यू ऑफ द टूल्स विद देम इन एवरी क्लास, कि आपने ये टॉपिक पढ़ा दिया तो उनके बीच में एक केस स्टडी बता दी, उससे रिलेटेड कोई इंडस्ट्री बता दी कि दीज आर द इंडस्ट्री विच वर्क्स ऑन टू दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक। सपोज आपने बता दिया कि यू आर टीचिंग इनटू सम पाइथन का कुछ बता रहे हो, तो पाइथन में कौन कौन सी इंडस्ट्री, एवरी सेकंड इंडस्ट्री वर्क्स इनटू पाइथन नाउ, चल रहा है काम, तो आप उसमें से कुछ इंडस्ट्री की केस स्टडी दिखा दो, कैसे वर्क कल्चर है वो बता दो, वहां का ऑफिस का वर्चुअल टूर दिखा सकते हो, कुछ 5-10 मिनट उसमें इन्वेस्ट करो, देन स्टूडेंट वुड गेट ही गेट इंटरेस्टेड, ही विल सी द लेक्चर इज गोइंग इनटू समथिंग अदर इंटरेस्टिंग एस्पेक्ट, तो वो पक्के से उसको ही लिसन टू यू कि ये सर कुछ अलग पढ़ा रहे हैं, सिर्फ आके कोर्स कंप्लीट नहीं कराना है। एवरी कॉलेज इज फेसिंग दिस एंड आवर कॉलेज आल्सो वी आर फेसिंग दिस प्रॉब्लम, बट उसको इस तरीके से रिजॉल्व करना शुरू किया है। यू विल गेट द रिजल्ट्स फॉर इट, पहले दिन 10-15 रहेंगे बिकॉज दे आल्सो जज वो टीचर क्या पढ़ा रहा है, वो तो वही पढ़ा रहा है जो गूगल पे दिया ऑलरेडी, उसमें से कुछ स्लाइड्स तो स्लाइड शेयर से ली हुई है, वो तो हमारे पास ऑलरेडी है, सो दिट शुड नॉट हैपन, है ना। तो स्टूडेंट्स बहुत शार्प है, तो वी हैव टू कीप वन स्टेप अहेड विद देम। तो आप उसको किस तरीके से एंगेजिंग रख सकते हैं, वी हैव टू गो फॉर अ, जैसे मैंने बताया आपको, कुछ केस स्टडी दिखा दो, कुछ कंपनी के पोर्टफोलियोज दिखा दो, कुछ कंपनी का वर्क कल्चर बता दो, है ना। ये आप कुछ फेलियर्स होंगे किसी कंपनी के, उस पर हम डिस्कस कर सकते हैं। देन बैक टू योर ओन टॉपिक कि ये ऐसा ऐसा है, तो इसमें हम और क्या चेंजेस कर सकते हैं, टेक फीडबैक फ्रॉम द स्टूडेंट्स, वहीं के वहीं कुछ एक्टिविटी करा सकते हैं 2-4-5 मिनट की, गिव अ ब्रेक इन अ लेक्चर ऑल्सो, 4-5 मिनट का डिस्कस विद देम, यहाँ तक समझा नहीं समझा, एंड डेफिनेटली टाइम लगेगा, लेकिन अगर बच्चों को कुछ मिल रहा है दे डेफिनेटली, और जिसमें उनको पैसे भी नहीं लग रहे हैं, तो दे डेफिनेटली लिसन टू यू।
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for resolving that query. And if any of the attendees have any queries, you can just unmute yourself and you can talk directly to a resource person. Or in case if you're not comfortable to unmute yourself, you can always type in the chat box as well. If there are any questions, you are welcome. Well, in that case, I suppose, ma'am, that there are no further queries. So, on behalf of organizing committee of this faculty development program, which is sponsored by All India Council for Technical Education, and on behalf of Ballarpur Institute of Technology, Ballarpur, I extend gratitude and many thanks to you for taking, for taking out time out of your busy schedule, and also for adjusting the session at the 11th hour.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for that, ma'am, and thank you very much for this wonderful session. I suppose that placements, as almost everybody who is attending this session will agree, that placements is one of the most crucial things that defines the future of any of the engineering colleges. Because at the end of the day, it is the placements that determine whether the college is doing good or it is not doing good. And the way you shared all the details along with what are the current trends, how these trends have changed, right from the hiring trends of the companies to the sectors in which there are the best recruitments possible in the time to come. I suppose all this information was very important, and it will be put to good use by almost all the attendees who are attending this session. So thank you very much for that, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for inviting. Thank you all the participants for listening patiently, and I hope you will get something out of this today's session. Thank you so much. Thank you.
all the attending members, it is a humble request that the feedback form of this session will be shared shortly on the WhatsApp group. You are requested to fill in the feedback form before 11 p.m. today, because the link will expire after 11 p.m. Tonight. So it is a humble request to fill in the feedback form. Like I said, the link to fill in the feedback form will be shared on the WhatsApp group. We now declare that today's session concludes here, or today's faculty development program day concludes here, and we will resume tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Please go through the schedule. All of you are requested to join us by 1:50 p.m. The link to share the link to share tomorrow's program will be shared with you tomorrow morning, so you can join us using that link. And you're all requested to join us by 1:50 p.m. so that we can start the session at 2 p.m. sharp. Thank you so much.